Oh, I didn't even record. Wait.
What is it, the phone?
Yeah. So Shemuel became old. He anointed sons over Israel. He became old because Hashem didn't want to make him look old, so he died. It didn't look like he died young. And he couldn't live because Shaul was going to make a sin. So he had his son Yoel, his son Navi, his judge. He made his sons the judges. They didn't follow his ways, the Torah says. Lo alchu bana bedrachav. Vayetu acharei batza. Veku shohad. Vayetu mishpat. They were swayed by profit. They took bribes. They perverted justice. So where did this come from? Why? So if you remember, Shemuel didn't want to tell Eli the prophecy because he was nervous. And Eli told him, tell me. So he told Eli, your sons messed up, and therefore there's a curse on them. So the very first prophecy he received was Eli's two sons will die because of their sins. And he hesitated, and when Shemuel did tell him, Eli's curse was fulfilled also. He says, if you don't tell me, then whatever curse was pronounced on me is going to be pronounced on you. And we know that the Gzerav that Tzaddik, even if you fulfill the condition, it still goes. It still works. So therefore it ended up being that the curse of the Tzaddik, the Eli, went on Shemuel also, and his kids also. So therefore...
But he told him.
What? Right, he told him.
Verse the fact that
Right.
actually...
So he says, in fact, Shemuel did tell him, even so, Eli's curse was fulfilled. We learn from this that the curse of a tzaddik such as Eli comes true, even if it was given on condition. Let's say he said this is the condition, you fulfilled it, meaning you're not supposed to get the curse. It's still gonna go, because that's how powerful the words go no matter what. Right. So don't tick off the tzaddikim. Okay. So they were their job was judges, right? They got swayed by profit. One opinion says against Tosefta,
Are they both tzaddikim?
What?
Are they both like big prophets?
Yeah. But Eli is a tzaddik, and whatever he said, Hashem keeps. So according to one opinion, they did business by having successful businessmen sell items for them, so that they can earn greatest profit. Problem is that they're showing they like money. When they show they like money and they're a judge, it's a problem. So now people know how to bribe them. People know they like money. What is the Moshe Rabbeinu when he was looking for judges? What did he have to find? Sonei batza. They have to hate making profit. Meaning, everybody needs money, but there's a thing called chase, right? You know the bank? Chase the money. There's people who chase the money. Oh, have batza. They have 100, they want 200. So the people, they say, listen, if Hashem gives, Hashem gives. If Hashem doesn't give, okay, it's also okay. They're not busy for this, you know. Some people, you see the extra profit, they'll run for it just for the sake, I have money in my pocket. But other people, they could care less for it. So what do they do wrong exactly? So the sages have a bunch of discussions over here. Masechet Shabbat, and then also the Yishalmi, Ktubot. It says that they they were not on their father's standards. So the father was greater than Moshe and Aaron put together, we said, right? We said Friday night. Shemuel b'korei Shemo, Moshe Aaron, Shemuel b'korei Shemo. But they actually number multiple opinions. They would ask people to give their maaser. As Leviim, they were entitled to receive maaser, but because they were great leaders, people felt pressure to give it to them, so they didn't give it wholeheartedly. And then they took, actually, some opinions say they took more maaser than they were supposed to. And also, if they were receiving maaser from people, how could they judge them afterwards? It's a bribe. So therefore, they would go and they would get a lot of bribes and a lot of perversion of justice because of this. Therefore, that's why it's called, the Torah says they didn't follow their father's ways. So the elders of Israel came together. They came to Shemuel in the city of Ramah. They said, you became old, your son did not follow your ways. Interesting. The Jewish people, first time in history, are telling Shmuel, give us a king to rule over us, like who? Kechol HaGoyim, like all the nations. We want to be like all the other nations. Now, is that bad or is that good? We're going to see. Vayira davar b'nei Shmuel. It was bad in Shmuel's eyes. Shmuel's like, I don't like this. And they say, give us a king. And Shmuel prayed to Hashem. He says, Hashem, I see the Jewish people, they're falling. The question is, though, what's the problem? In Sefer Devarim, we have the laws of king, right? There's the law, you can't have too many wives, you can't have too many horses, he has to carry Sefer Torah all the time with him. So the Torah commands us the laws of what to do when you have a king. So why is it bad that they're asking for a king?
We have a king already. Hashem, a king.
Oh, very good. You're saying good. So now the Torah commands the Jews to appoint a king, right? So why was Shemuel upset? Because he's not upset from this that he said, give us a king. He got upset because they said, Kechol HaGoyim. That's why he's upset. He said, give us to be like all other nations. Because really the Torah says, when you come to the land, you will say, I will set a king over myself, like all the nations that are around me. So it wasn't genuine to grow. It was because of the Goyim do it, that's why we want to do it. See, if you will say, I want to do it L'Shem Shamayim, okay, but if you're doing it because the Goyim do it, that's the problem. That's the problem. So therefore, that's why Shemuel got upset. Okay. Now, okay, so yeah, they fell into this. You should know, the Gemara says that in general, it's very hard for a tzaddik to have his son grow up in his ways. Right? The Talmidei Chachamim, usually their sons are not rabbis, the Gemara says, and that's Nedarim. First of all, the Gemara says, according to one opinion, because people shouldn't think it's an inheritance. Oh yeah, your father's a rabbi, automatically you're going to be a rabbi. No, Hashem doesn't want that. Hashem wants each person to work on it, to get to that level, And then also because either they don't teach Torah properly, they don't make bracha the Brachot Torah properly, or they call the Amar it's Chamor, they're mezalzel. They look at people who don't have Torah as like, that's a very big yitzhar by religious people. That when you become religious, you think, they're all like these low lives, these lost sheep. They don't know what they're doing. You have to respect them. They're Am Yisrael. You have to make them to do tshuva. You can't look at them as garbage. Okay, fine. So what was wrong? What was wrong with asking for a king? We said it's because they wanted to do it like the Goyim. Now, really, they were supposed to go into Canaan and divide it without a king. Meaning, until now they had no king, right? So this is a little bit of a problem that they were asking for a king all of a sudden now, and trying to emulate the non-Jewish nations is a sin, right? Today people have social media. You could fall into the sin left and right. You go on social media. Oh, wow, look at this guy. Look what he does. Wow, I should do what he does. Oh, look, he bought this. I should buy that. Oh, look, he goes to this place. I should go there. Oh, look, he makes his food like that. Oh, look, he goes and wears dresses like this. Oh, look, he buys these shoes. Oh, all these things. They're trying to emulate the guy because he looks nice. I want to look like him. And more, it opens the door to us to digest more and more their culture. More and more their culture we digest and their way of thinking, and eventually, because it used to be common that people would go to college and Chas v'shalom, you could get lost over there. You could think like them and talk like them all day and speak to them all day. And you start thinking like them, you come back, the father's like, who are you? What is this? You got like brainwashed by them. What's going on? The person has to be very, very careful to not fall into the trap of trying to emulate the ways of the Goyim. Let's finish up. Hashem tells to Shemuel, okay, listen to them. It's okay. It's not you who they're rejecting. It's me who they're rejecting. No, you don't get upset. It's my problem. He says, like all the deeds they have done from the day that I brought them from Egypt, they forsake me, they serve other gods, and now warn them and tell them about the rules. Hashem agrees. Hashem says, okay, no problem. Let's go give them a king. They want a king? Okay, I'll give them a king. Right? Now, the king is many times we requested things from Hashem. Sometimes Hashem agrees. Like for example, Moshe, he asked Hashem about the spies. Hashem said, okay, go to send the spies. Moshe took the heir of Rav. And Hashem said, okay, take the heir of Rav. But not always that means it's good. Not always is going to be something great come out of it. It could be something bad will happen from it, right? He said, it's not you that they despise. They despise me. So what does that mean? That means that Hashem looked at it as asking for a king is like rejecting Hashem's kingship, right? But the Torah says to appoint a king. So why is Hashem getting upset? So he says it's because the reason Hashem was displeased because the common people voiced their demand before the elders did, and asked for a king merely to be like the non-Jewish nations, unlike the elders of the nation who wanted a king to lead them the way of Torah. So you see, the older generation wanted a king because the king is going to be strong. He's going to tell people you have to learn Torah, you have to pray. This is how our army is going to work. Our army has to be according to the Torah. You have to be not a sinner to be in our army, right? He's going to make rules. He's going to put everybody in their place. But the new generation, what do they want? They thought it's cool. They thought it's like we want to be like everybody, want to fit in. You know, the Jew used to go to the horses to go buy a horse. He used to see a goy over there. He's like, yeah, our king's the best. You have a king? No, we don't have a king. We have a prophet, Shemuel the prophet. Oh, what's that? You guys are lame. Where's your king? Oh yeah, you're right. You know, hopefully one day we'll have a king. You know, they looked at it as like, you know, people to this day they see the royal family. Oh, the royal family. Psh, everything they do, where they go, how they dress, what they say, it becomes a thing. So then that's sadly what happened to the Jewish people over here. But the elders wanted for L'Shem Shamayim, but the younger generation did not. So we're gonna what? Yeah, that's another good question. That was another good question. So maybe you could say the elders thought that Shemuel had a status of king. We know Moshe Rabbeinu had a status of a king. So maybe they thought that the prophet could be fulfilling both roles, but they saw that his sons were failing. So they need someone tougher. They want strong. Because if you go against the prophet, not necessarily he has permission to kill you, but if you go against the king, he has permission to kill you. So maybe they said, now we need somebody tougher. Now we need somebody stronger, like a melech, and we're going to continue this next time. Baruch Le'olam.